You're watching an RH Reality Check production brought to you by rhrealitycheck.org.
I'm Max Siegel, I'm 24, and I grew up in Mesa, Arizona. After I was diagnosed with HIV, I started learning as much as I could about it. Took a microbiology class about it in college. I felt really driven to enter HIV education and prevention because I knew the ramifications of it. Not because it was my cross to bear or it was something that I felt so responsible for, but it was because of the consequences of it I had experienced, and I knew how serious it could be. I've been working on the front lines of HIV, doing counseling and testing for a few years, and I'd always wanted to come to DC because I saw these policies and the way that they impacted people's lives. I was totally intimidated when I came here. I mean, I was a 23-year-old, fresh out of college.
Good morning, my name is Max Siegel. Thank you for the chance to address abstinence-only until marriage, a policy that has transformed my life. I share my recommendations on how to improve sexuality education programs as a 23-year-old living with HIV who has spent the entirety of his young adulthood working to prevent new infections. My goal is to portray the personal impact of this flawed policy while explaining how the lessons I have learned may apply to other young people who today make up 15% of all new HIV infections. Thank you to Chairman Waxman.
I think the most important part about testifying in front of the House Government Reform, Oversight and Government Reform hearing was actually getting the voice of an HIV-positive young person out there. The fact that I was a young person who these policies had actually impacted raised the level of accountability. I hope that people understand how abstinence-only education is stigmatizing to non-heterosexuals and to people living with HIV, how abstinence-only education portrays young women as damaged and scarred when they're sexually active, and how it portrays people living with HIV and their parents as untrustworthy and unfit to be loved. The purpose of conferences like the United States Conference on AIDS, there's a few. I mean, a big thing is to share information. This weekend I presented on mobilizing young people and parents around better sexuality education in schools. I consider abstinence-only education as a salient manifestation of our country's homophobia. The way that it impacts men who have sex with men in this country is nothing short of cultural genocide. It portrays people living with HIV as dirty, dying, and unfit to be loved. And for gay people, if you're being told that the only way you're going to be healthy in a sexual relationship is by getting married, if the curricula do not even acknowledge your existence and then go as far to condemn you, it's not going to help you in any way. It's government-funded condemnation. I believe that it's society's responsibility to give young people the tools they need in order to stay alive and stay healthy. And whenever anyone is infected with HIV, it is a societal failure. For me personally, I can't believe that and see that and not try to act on it and not try to give people the information they need in order to stay alive.